Isn't she lovely evermore? I'm thinking about being glowy and shiny. I ran into a friend of mine recently who I hadn't seen in a while, and she was just shining, like light pouring out of her eyes, this just glow about her, and she was newly in love. And isn't that what we really want in our lives? Is to be filled with the light of love, is to be moving through our days delighted and radiating that joy and that love. And it feels nearly impossible these days, but this is what the mystics are talking about. This is what Matthew Fox and our guiding idea for the year of falling in love with everything more deeply, falling in love with life itself more fully, to become more alive as the truth of who you are right now in these times. And because you have a practice, because you learn how to tap into the sacred, right? The sacred irises that are blooming right now, that are blowing my mind, helping me to fall in love every day right now. And there's ways that you and I can do that, which we're going to do this month. So join me. We're going to be sound bathing. We are going to be singing and chanting and moving in meditation. And you'll have an opportunity in the Albuquerque area to get into the practice of ritual and ceremony this solstice. Learning how to create intention in the sacred every day so that you can glow up and have your spiritual glow up. I love you so much. Happy glowing. My plum red lipstick, my black hair kinking, my black skin gleaming. This is my new mantra, y'all. This is my new mantra. Thank you, Corinne Bailey Ray. If you haven't listened to her new record, it is everything. But this is a spiritual practice that I am currently involved in. I had to go find some plum red lipstick to make sure that I could sing it with full conviction and belief and faith that my different is beautiful. I want to share a little piece of the Lightmaker's Manifesto taken from Karen Rawan's book. I listen. I honor my own inner wisdom. I name my gifts, those which I hold in trusteeship, knowing they are my superpowers. And my different is beautiful. Your different is beautiful. And your superpowers are unique to you, divinely appointed and gifted in you, as you, to be brought to life as love itself. This, my friends, is what I believe to be a spiritual truth, a spiritual law, as a matter of fact. And this work of discovering and making friends with your true holy nature is the spiritual work that the world is demanding of you and I. The circumstances of our planet, the circumstances of this country in America where I am recording, the circumstances of humanity, the circumstances of nature and creatures and life is demanding you to show up wholly, unapologetically, authentically, uniquely as your divine nature. This is the work that is the work of our lives. I do not believe there is anything more important to be gathering our resources, our time, and our energy, and our attention, our mindfulness, our awareness, our consciousness around. I know so many of us are wrestling and trying to reconcile the despair because of the world circumstances, because of the life circumstances, because of political and all the things. Many of you are struggling with just figuring out how to get your bills paid, how to make rent, how to feed your family, how to show up to your job that you may not love, and do what needs to be done to simply survive. And I want to tell you that the peace you seek, the longing for something better that you seek for yourself, for your family, for your kids, for your legacy, for the world, that longing can only be met through your own nature. Those changes you want to see truly begin in you. They begin in honoring, regardless of outer circumstances, honoring and listening to the divine intelligence that has all the answers you seek. And the listening must be turned inward. And you know, if you've been with me before, you know that I talk a lot about the noise of the world. And my friends, the noise is only getting noisier. And I don't imagine that is going to change in our lifetime. The antidote to the outer noise, the antidote to all that seems to be completely out of hand, lies in this listening, the inward listening, this access that you have, that I promise you have within you. It lies in the practices of finding that you're different is beautiful. Whether your difference is being attacked in legislation right now, whether your difference is being ostracized in your family, your different is beautiful and divinely appointed and needed. If there is nothing else you hear in this time that you and I have set aside to be together, is I want you to hear that your different is beautiful and needed. You have been gifted in this life, in this body that you inhabit right now, with kinky hair, black skin, whatever that is, plum red lipstick. Whatever your gifts are, whatever shape you come in, whatever is true to your nature is part of your gifting. And the piece of this light maker that Karen Walrun has so beautifully put forward in her book, The Light Maker's Manifesto. The piece that is just crucial in this time on the planet, in this modern world that you and I find ourselves attempting a spiritual life within, is this difference of being the light you want to see in the world. Yes, amen. Thank you, Gandhi, and all of the teachers who have pointed that we must be the change we want to see in the world. Yes, that is true. Be a reflection of others' light as an act of kindness and generosity. Also, awesome and amazing and good work. But a light maker is slightly different. A light maker, which I believe is the call of our time, is someone who is awake to their joy and their passion. And that passion and that unique gifting, the thing that lights you up, brought in service to your community, to your beloveds, to the world, is what being a light maker is. And this world is screaming at you and I to be light makers. It is what I believe is the greatest way towards peace, towards equity, towards whatever good is lacking anywhere on the planet. The way you and I contribute to more peace, more good, more prosperity, more abundance, more life, more love is to begin with a practice of listening, being guided by what Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind, called the impulse of love. It is a divine impulse that is within you, that has the next step for you, that has the vision, the idea, the creative spark that will move you to contribute what is yours to contribute. It is a spiritual work. You and I are being called to the spiritual work of change. Without this inward listening, without this deep and intimate relationship with your own true nature and passions and values, true values, you and I can't actually contribute the greatest good that we have to contribute. This is the reason why I believe the greatest activism, the greatest social change will come from the folks who have committed to themselves to a spiritual life. And maybe it has always come from those folks. Debatable, but kinda. And I want you to know that you have a part to play, no matter your circumstances, no matter your shape, no matter your age, your gender, your sexuality, anything that you locate yourself in, politically, socially, personally, makes no difference to the call of your life. But it absolutely informs how you will show up. It absolutely informs the unique gifting, the unique offering you have to give, because you have been shaped in all of these ways on purpose, divinely so. Your divine nature and your personal nature are not different natures. It is all a part of who you are and what you've been called to do on this planet. And that is why it is uniquely yours to bring whatever it is that is yours to bring. I want to share with you again from Ernest Holmes, founder of Science of Mind. Tells us in the Science of Mind text, life waits upon our discovery of natural laws, our discovery of ourselves, and our discovery of our relationship to the great whole. Life waits upon our discovery of the natural laws. Life is waiting for you, waiting for me to discover the wholeness, the true nature that we have and we are to give. And in the discovery of your true nature, you can't help but discover your inherent interconnectedness to all that is, seen and unseen. The power of your divine, whole, blessed nature. The power of your different. The power of your beautiful. And when you and I discover that treasure more completely, more fully, more consciously, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the gifts you and I get to bring to the world, the light that becomes available to life itself. This is the call. This is the work. Ernest Holmes also went on to say in Ideas That Make a Difference, There is an inner life into which we may plunge, an inner consciousness in which we may bathe. As water purifies itself by flowing, so our inner realization of the flow of life through us purifies the stagnant pool. Water purifies itself by flowing, my friend. You wholly show up completely as you are by engaging consciously in the flow of spirit moving in you, as you, and through you, in your contribution in service to life itself. It is a constant motion that you can consciously move in as, discover more in your inner life. This is not a new idea, and it seems maybe like wild and complicated, but really it's quite simple. Get to know who you are for real, real. Take the time in your daily life every day to turn within and listen. Listen to what is happening in you. And I know sometimes sitting in stillness and quiet and listening to your own inner life can feel and sound awful, right? The inner critic can get to rolling. Whatever feelings you can have set aside or put up on the shelf, put out of conscious awareness so that you don't have to deal with it. Yes, that meets you in the silence. That meets you when you turn your attention within quietly and stillly. But so does love. So does the greatest power in the universe, the spirit that I call love. Some call the Holy Spirit. Some call inner light. Name it as you will. But it is there too. And much stronger and greater and more powerful than the noise that may also be in your consciousness. But not until you sit in that stillness and meet what is yours to meet there can you begin to discover how powerful you really are, how powerful love really is. That the quiet can become louder than the noise. And you can begin to master the knobs of your inner life, right? You can turn down that outer noise. You can turn down that inner critic and turn up the stillness, the peace, the love, the joy, the harmony. And this is why I practice. This is why I implore you to practice. This is why the Albuquerque Center for Spiritual Living has become a community of practice so that you and I can practice together in support, in community, stepping out of isolation, stepping out of shame, and stepping more and more and more into the light and the love that is available in you, through you. This is what you and I come together for in community. This is why I do what I do. This is why I will support you in whatever is happening and coming up in your life. And that is why I invite you to go deeper into community and share what's happening with your practice. What's happening? Are you struggling? Are you resistant? Can you not find the time? It takes one breath, my darling. Start with a breath if that is where you must start. I am holding the vision of your practice, of your discovery of the treasure that you are, and the contribution you uniquely have to make. Please join me as a prayer, as a devotion, as a chant, if you will, in the Light Maker's Manifesto. I believe we are interconnected. I believe peace is the true way for change. I listen. I honor my own inner wisdom. I name my gifts, those which I hold in trusteeship, knowing they are my superpowers. My different is beautiful. My privileges afford me the power to help those who are powerless. When I fall, I rise, moving through any doubt I have in my abilities, because I have evidence to suggest otherwise. I am self-compassionate. I love fiercely, and I refuse to succumb to hate, acrimony, or fury. I believe joy, kindness, and celebration are acts of resistance. I dream of a better world and aspire to join in the march towards its attainment. I blaze with courage and conviction. I am called to action. I am a light maker. Taken from Karen Walrun's book, The Light Maker's Manifesto. This is a manifesto I can get behind. I claim myself as a light maker in this life. As a spiritual leader, my work really is to more fully, more wholly, more lovingly show up on this planet as a light maker, as defined by Karen Walrun. And I'm inviting you to do the same. I'm inviting you into the great and holy spiritual work of bringing your unique light to this world. Please join me. I love you. Let's make some light together.